I will
relate
be
to?
stealing that for the rest of my press run.
It's
I'm like, I
yours.
should have been saying that. That's bloody great. Highly visible and unseen.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm stealing it.
Naomi, I'm so excited to chat with you today. I am a hardened horror fanatic. It is
wow. Okay.
very hard to scare me.
Okay.
I had a little trouble sleeping last night.
Did you?
Yes, in the best
yes.
way. One of the things I think is so incredible about it is that the film explores this kind of horror that we don't see much, which is that dichotomy between being highly visible and also unseen. And that's something I think women relate to. I think visibly queer people
I will
relate
be
to.
stealing that for the rest of my press run.
It's
I'm like, I
yours.
should have been saying that. That's bloody great. Highly visible and unseen.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm stealing it.
So
That's great.
is that something that resonated for you about the film?
I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head in terms of Skye and what she's going through and just kind of the metaphor of the whole movie. And going through something and things that I think people can relate to an extent, but in a very unrelatable context. And so there's both simultaneously this connection that you have with Skye and this distance, and which maybe, you're kind of observing, but you're also really with her. And yeah, it really was. I mean, first of all, I was a fan of Parker. I'd watched the short film in 2020 and was a fan of that. Laura Hasn't Slept. Watched the first movie in the cinema, was a fan of that movie, and felt like Parker is a filmmaker who really prioritizes character. So as an actor, that's very exciting because the character isn't just used as a device to push the plot forward.
Right.
The movie is the character. And that's that's what makes him a great filmmaker. And so that's what was exciting. And then when I met him, he was talking about Skye, and I was like, wait a second, like this sounds so up my alley. I was like, I need to do this movie. And then of course reading it and feeling like, yes, this really does deliver on that, the promise of it being a character piece, and just falling in love with Skye and all the things that she's going through. And it was so much fun to play. And I think it really runs the gambit of her being kind of numb at the beginning of the movie with a lot of going on under the surface. And then obviously that just begins to really peel away and reveal what is really there.
Yeah, I mean, what's so incredible about your performance and the character of Skye is what you're talking about, this peeling back of the layers. It requires you to go to such incredible lengths, and that camera is right there in your face.
Always, just there.
Yes.
I go, do you know what? Oh my gosh, you just reminded me of something. Sorry, I cut you. Wait, no, ask the question.
No, you please. I want to hear you.
This is so random because that's so funny. I just remembered I would fall. There were moments on this shoot where I'd be asleep, like in my bed, and I would wake up and I would think a camera was like right in front of my face.
Really?
Because literally the whole time, and I wouldn't want to like get up quickly because my fear is like, oh, I'm going to hit the camera, because literally the camera for a lot of this movie is very, very close, which is Parker's kind of one of his visual tools, and which I think is dope in the movie. But sorry, that was just a random moment.
No, I mean, it actually speaks to what I want to ask you about, because it's interesting that that's the thing you walked away with. I'm curious how you go to those lengths, but how do you come back? How do you take care of Naomi when you're giving so much to Skye?
That's a very caring question. The honest answer is I have a very... it doesn't touch me. I'm very protective of like me and of like the performance aspect. I think every performer is different. I have friends who, everyone has a different way of doing things. There's no right or wrong. I just happen to be at a point, I think I'm getting old or something, I'm accepting the idea that I am just one of those people that, you know, you call cut, and I'm kind of like, all right, when's lunch? Do you know what I mean? There was a couple of moments and there were things.
Yeah.
But I know who I am, and I don't know. I think it was more exhaustion. I think that was maybe the challenge I was faced with. And of course, there were things maybe, but I don't know. I guess I don't really know how to answer that, other than I did have an amazing support around me and people around me, and I left it there, and then just watched Love is Blind, and I was fine. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, Love is Blind will heal all.
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that because it's such an incredible performance and one
Wow,
I
thank
want
you.
to see you emulate again and again and again.
Oh,
so
wow,
to know it
thank you.
doesn't have a huge personal cost makes it guilt-free for me.
Okay, good.
Well,
I'm
thank
happy.
you so
Wow,
much
no,
for taking the
thank
time to
you.
chat with me today. This has been amazing.
You're so kind. Thank you. I appreciate it.